Vacant. The word vacant means empty. We use it as an adjective to describe a place that doesn't have any people or things in it. You can go to your hotel room now if it's vacant. The house next door to us is vacant. The people who lived there left a couple of months ago. There are several vacant apartments in this building. There's a vacant table. We can sit there. That teaching position is still vacant. I don't have any good ideas to offer you. My mind is totally vacant. The noun form for this word is vacancy. The hotel has several vacancies this week. Mitch doesn't know of any vacancies at the company he works for. There's a no vacancy sign outside of that hotel, so they aren't accepting any more guests tonight. The verb form is vacate. They need to vacate their apartment by the end of the month. Everyone has to vacate the building. There's a fire on the 4th floor. Vacation. A vacation is a time to relax. It's a break from work or from school. Vacations often, but not always, involve traveling to another location. They're in Florida on vacation. Jim's not in this week. He's on vacation. Susan is taking a vacation next month. How many vacation days do you get each year? Where do you like to go for vacation? Where would you like to go on vacation? Many people travel to Minnesota in the summertime for their vacation. It's the land of 10,000 lakes. Recently, it's become popular to shorten the word vacation to vacay. She went to Acapulco for a little vacay. I need a vacay. Where are you going on your vacay? During the recession, the word staycation was invented. A staycation is a vacation that you take at home because you don't have money to go anywhere. You have to stay at home or close to home. We had a great staycation last summer. Every day we filled up the pool and watched the kids run through the sprinkler. If you live in Florida, a staycation can be a very pleasant experience. Vaccine. A vaccine is a type of medicine that provides protection from a disease. Each vaccine for a disease is produced from the disease itself, but the vaccine isn't harmful. Vaccines are an important measure of protection for people around the world. The flu vaccine changes every year. It protects people from getting the flu. The smallpox vaccine is responsible for eliminating a very dangerous disease. Scientists are working on a vaccine for the Ebola virus. The word vaccinate is a verb. People are vaccinated against many dangerous diseases. If you aren't vaccinated, you are putting yourself and your family at risk of getting sick. Some people aren't sure whether or not to vaccinate their children. The word vaccination is a noun. Emily went to the doctor's office for a vaccination. Vaccinations for diseases are an effective way of dealing with these kinds of problems. Vacuum. The most common type of vacuum is the vacuum cleaner that a person uses for cleaning. A vacuum is created when air or some other substance is removed from an area. He's using a vacuum cleaner. He's using a vacuum. He's vacuuming the house. Vacuuming is one of those household chores that you must do if you have carpeting in your home. When this word is a verb, the simple form is vacuum. The past tense is vacuumed, and the past participle is vacuumed. I vacuumed the house yesterday. When was the last time you vacuumed? The apartment was vacuumed by the housekeepers. They did a good job of vacuuming. Someone is vacuuming. There's something wrong with a vacuum. It's not vacuuming. The word vacuum is also used when there is a loss of power or control over an area or an organization. A power vacuum was created when the Soviet Union left Afghanistan. When the United States left Iraq, the Iraqi military collapsed, and the resulting power vacuum was quickly filled by rebel forces. Vague. If something is vague, it's not clearly explained. This word is used when someone is unsure of what another person means, says, or does. The teacher said the student's answer was vague. You're being too vague. What exactly do you mean? She gave kind of a vague answer when I asked her to tell me where she was going. The police have a vague idea of who committed the crime. He bears a vague resemblance to his grandfather. The word vaguely is an adverb. He vaguely resembles his grandfather. Maria was vaguely aware of her surroundings when she woke up out of a coma. You look vaguely familiar. The word vagueness is a noun. The professor is well known for his vagueness. The vagueness of the test results required the scientists to redo their work. Valet. A valet is a person who provides personal service at a hotel or a restaurant. This word is usually used to describe a person who parks cars, but a valet can also be a person who attends to the needs of someone who is very rich. Mr. Johnson was assisted by his valet as he prepared for a formal dinner. Call for valet service if you need any of your clothes cleaned at a hotel. You can earn a lot of money working as a valet parking cars, but you have to be a good driver and you must know how to drive a car with a manual transmission. Valet service at this restaurant costs $5. The valet parked the car a few blocks over. Bill hates to have a valet park his car. He'd rather do it himself. Kevin works as a valet.
Valid. Use the adjective valid when describing if something is acceptable, good, or okay within a specific period of time. You can replace valid with good or good for, and the meaning is about the same. This parking sticker is valid for 24 hours. This coupon for 50% off the purchase price is no longer valid. Jorge was driving around town without a valid driver's license. The photo ID issued by the company is valid for 2 years. After that time, you have to get a new ID. This is not a valid contract. You'll have to find a new agreement for everyone to sign. Linda had a valid excuse for being late to class.
Value. The word value refers to the importance of something, or we use it when describing worth and talking about money. You can use this word as a verb. The simple form is value, the past tense is valued, and the past participle is valued. Their house was valued at over $350,000. The tax assessor valued the house at that amount. Jeff values the many friendships he has made over the years. I value your opinion. Tell me what you think. We don't value shoddy work at our company. You will have to do your best. It's a shame that the people of that country don't value their own art or literature. You can also use this word as a noun. The value of this necklace is almost $10,000. This car has almost no value. It's too old, and it needs a lot of repairs. Home values in this neighborhood are starting to go up. Jeff places a high value on his friendship with others. Kathy was a woman whose values were in doubt by everyone at the company. When they found out about her criminal past, she was fired. torturing people goes against American values. The adjective form of value is valuable. These diamonds are very valuable. They're worth over $1 million. Terry is a valuable employee. She knows everything about how the company works. Your advice is valuable and welcome. Valve. A valve is a device that controls the flow of liquid, gas, or air. An open valve allows liquid, gas, or air to move through pipes easily. When the valve is closed, nothing flows through. Valves are found on industrial equipment in factories and plants. The valves on a trumpet are controlled by a musician who blows air through the instrument to create different sounds. There are valves in your heart that control the flow of blood. These are called pulmonary valves. Vandal. A vandal is a person who breaks or destroys something for fun or for revenge. Vandalism is the intentional damaging of property. This is usually regarded as a form of criminal activity. Vandals spray painted graffiti on the side of someone's garage. A vandal smashed a car window in the middle of the night. Homeowners woke up to find that vandals threw eggs and toilet paper all over their house. Vandalism may cost a lot of money to repair, but sometimes cleanup is easy. However, it's always irritating. Victims of vandalism should call their insurance company to file a claim for repairs. The word vandalize is a verb. Someone vandalized the cars on our street. The bathrooms at the school are regularly vandalized. Vandalizing public property happens all over the world. In the United States, it's very common. Vanish. To vanish is to disappear or leave suddenly as if by magic. When people or things vanish, it's usually a surprise. This is an intransitive verb, so don't place a direct object after the word. No one knows what happened to Roberta's jacket. It just vanished. The little boy vanished from his home without a trace. Everyone vanished when it came to clean up the mess from the party. The women vanished inside the country, never to be seen again. Those products are so popular with shoppers, they vanish as soon as they hit the shelves. Bob never told anyone he was leaving. He just vanished. An artist creates the illusion of distance in a two-dimensional picture by creating a vanishing point. Variety. If there is a variety of something, there are many different choices or many different kinds of things. There is a variety of students in my classroom. There are many different varieties of people in the world. How much variety do you have in your diet? How many varieties of animals are there in the world? We have at our fingertips a variety of electronic devices for getting information. My friend Olson loves his job because he has a variety of interesting tasks to complete during the day. There was an interesting variety of people at the party we attended last night. Variety is the spice of life. Vary. The word vary is used when there are differences among things or people. When they have different qualities and features, they vary. The simple form for this word is vary. The past tense is varied, and the past participle is varied. The climate in California varies. It depends on where you are in the state. Results from our experiments varied. Opinions on the topic of gun control vary. There are varied opinions on this topic. His account of what happened last night varies from her version of events. The personalities of the children in that family vary. Related to the word vary are a few other words. The first one is variety. The word variety is a noun. Use it when talking about many different things. There's a variety of fruit and vegetables at our local grocery store. There isn't much variety on this radio station. All the music sounds the same. There are several different varieties of paint to choose from at the hardware store. The word various is an adjective. This is a popular word to use when describing differences. Picasso mastered various styles in creating his artwork. Mary gave various reasons for why she was late, so no one believed her. In our backyard, we have various trees and plants. Vast. The word vast means very, very large. You can use this word to describe distance and amounts. The universe is vast. There are billions of galaxies that make up the universe. The U.S. Library of Congress contains a vast collection of books and documents. Vast sums of money have been spent on wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. The oceans house a vast collection of aquatic life. Jeremy has a vast knowledge of Egyptian history. The vast plains of North America were once home to millions of buffalo. The word vastness is a noun. The vastness of the universe boggles the imagination. An ocean is a good place to contemplate the vastness of time and space. Vein. The word vein is often used to refer to the vessels that help circulate blood throughout the body. The specific job of a vein is to bring blood back to the heart. The word vein is also used for plants. Blood is drawn from a vein in your arm. A phlebotomist is a person who draws blood from a vein. How does a phlebotomist find a good vein from which to take blood? Certain people can see veins on their arms, their hands, and on their feet. Veins pop out when the flow of blood is restricted. Some people are afflicted with varicose veins on their legs. Varicose veins indicate the potential for blood clots. Veins in a plant move water and nutrients throughout the plant. Vent. A vent is an opening inside or outside of a building, a house, a car, a computer, a machine, etc. It allows for the passage of air and helps to regulate temperature. I opened a vent to allow more heat into the room. Can you open the vent, please? The custodian for the building checked all the vents to make sure they were working properly. If the vent is sealed, it won't allow air to flow through. A vent is also an opening in a volcano. Gas, hot air, and lava come out through the vent. You can see what looks like smoke coming from the vent. Lava and ash erupted through the vent. The volcano is venting gas. The word vent can also be used as a verb. To vent is to express anger or show a raw emotional response. The supervisor vented her anger towards the employees. She later apologized for venting her anger. Bob and his coworkers felt a need to vent after a long day at work, so they all went to the local tavern for a beer. Verb. A verb is one of the 8 parts of speech in English. It's a word that is used to express action or a state of being. Understanding the meaning of verbs and how they change when used in a sentence or a question is one of the most important things to learn when someone studies English. Our teacher taught us how to use the verb ride today. What's the past tense for the verb go? What does this verb mean? It's important to remember the ways in which irregular verbs change when they are conjugated. The verb be is the most important verb to learn when studying English. The word verbal is related to the word verb. However, this word is an adjective that means to talk or give information by speaking rather than in a written form. The police officer gave the driver a verbal warning instead of a ticket. I don't have a written contract, but can we consider your decision to buy the car for $5,000 a verbal agreement? The verbal portion of the German test was quite hard. Version. When there are two or more things made in ways that are very similar, yet different enough so that they aren't identical, we can use the word version to talk about them. Cars, books, movies, electronic devices, and stories may have different versions. This word is a noun. Which version of the story did you like better, the movie or the book? Toyota is coming out with a new hybrid version of the popular Camry model. Modern-day versions of the Bible are much easier to read than the King James edition published in 1611. The police knew someone was lying when they heard suspects tell different versions of the events leading to the murder. I have to download the newest version of this word processing program to my computer. Very. The word very is an intensifier used with adjectives to increase their meaning. It's similar to the word really. I'm very glad to see you. This pizza is very good. We had a very, very good time at the party. That's a very, very scary movie. The word not is often used before the word very when something is negative. He's not very good at basketball. That's not very nice. I'm very unhappy about this. Sometimes the word very serves as an answer to a yes or no question formed with the verb be. Is she angry? Very. Is it cold outside? Yes, very. Were those shoes expensive? No, not very. Do not use the word very with a verb. I hear this all the time among my students, but they don't realize they're making a mistake. Instead of using very to intensify a verb, use the word really. She really likes her class. They really need some warm clothes. Vet. The word vet is a shortened form for veteran or veterinarian. It's a good word to know because many people prefer vat to the longer versions. A veteran is a person who has served in the U.S. military. You can shorten this word to vet. She's a vet. He's a vet. They're both vets. The vets who served in Iraq are starting to come back home. There are thousands of vets who don't get the support they need when they return. Vets from World War II and the Korean War are in their 80s and 90s. A veterinarian is an animal doctor. Many people bring their dog or cat to the vet, but there are also vets who work with farm and zoo animals. When we got our kitten, we took her to the vet for shots. In some rural areas of the United States, it's not easy to find a vet for farm animals. Vets who work at zoos have very interesting jobs.